What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars YouTube video. And as you guys can see, I have finally completed the LEGO Star Wars helmet collection. I have collected every single LEGO Star Wars helmet they've made from all the way from 2020 to up to 2023. There actually was supposed to be, and actually we did not get any new helmets here in 2024, and that is because the helmets were replaced with a new subline, which is the midi scale, which the only one I have here is just the invisible hand that came out back in March. But yeah, in total here they made a total of 11 LEGO Star Wars helmets, which I think for a four-year subline it is pretty good. But there is a few that I wish we got, but yeah, in this video I'm gonna be talking about like what my favorites are, what the best pairings are, which ones I think were worth the money, which ones weren't, which ones I don't like. And so yeah, and I'll rank all mine from my favorite to least, or from least favorite to favorite. So let's get into it. So we're gonna start it off by going back to April 2020 when we got our first three ever made LEGO Star Wars sets, LEGO Star Wars helmets, which were the Stormtrooper, the TIE Pilot, and the Boba Fett. And yes, all these did come out in April of 2020, and these two here retired in December of 2021. However, the Boba Fett stayed on shelves for an extra year than these two, which is December 2022. So yeah, these ones had about a year and a half on the shelf, while this one had about 2.5 years on shelf. And yeah, I do think though, these were the three we got in 2020, and I definitely think these were a great start to the helmet collection. Getting three, getting mainly two iconic characters in Star Wars. I would definitely say like the Stormtrooper and the Boba Fett are extremely iconic. The TIE Pilot, not as much as these other two. But one thing I do like about these helmets though too is, about these being the first three helmets, is now these are actually the three most expensive LEGO Star Wars helmets. The Stormtrooper now going for around $200, the TIE Pilot going for like around $300, and we had the Boba Fett, whose value I think like just reached a little bit over $100. So yes, the Boba Fett the reason why the Boba Fett didn't gain as much value as these two, obviously, is because I think more people bought the Boba Fett, which isn't really a reason, but the main reason I think is because this one stayed on shelves for an extra year, compared to these two, because again, these two retired in 2021, that one retired in 2022, so that could be part of the reason there, that the Stormtrooper and the TIE Pilot gained a lot more value than these. But either way though, I do really like, I'm not the biggest fan of the Stormtrooper, but the TIE Pilot and the Boba Fett I really do like. I've had all three of these helmets in my collection though for a pretty long time now, and yeah, I definitely am a big fan. I'm a really big fan of the Boba Fett and the TIE Pilot. The Stormtrooper's kind of alright. I would give the Stormtrooper about a 6 out of 10. The TIE Pilot about an 8 out of 10. Then the Boba Fett I'd say is a solid 9 out of 10. Either way though, for these being the first three helmets we got way back in 2020, I would say that these were pretty successful even now 4 years later. So now moving on to a year later in 2021. In 2021, we actually only got two helmets this year instead, which we got these back in April of 2021, which are the Scout Trooper and Darth Vader. I'm still curious to why though this is the only year we only got two helmets, while every other year we got three. I think the reason to that probably has to be with Darth Vader being the most expensive helmet. Every helmet is $90 Canadian, but then the Darth Vader is $100 Canadian. So that probably says something there. But the Scout Trooper though too is also the cheapest helmet, only coming at $70. So yeah, it is a bit weird, but I don't really mind it because I do really like both of these helmets a lot. And yeah, so with these helmets though, these obviously came out back in April 2021. The Scout Trooper retired at the end of 2022. However, Darth Vader still today is actually still on shelves in 2024, and is not even scheduled to retire in 2024 either. Actually, right now they have it scheduled to retire at the end of 2025. So I think it's kind of crazy to see how Darth Vader will be getting a span of 4.5 years on shelf, while the Scout Trooper only had a year and a half. Either way though, these two are probably two of my favorite helmet sets. I just love these two helmets so much. They are just so beautiful to me. I think they got, really the only thing I don't like about the Vader though is just how they didn't get like the other like bottom part of the mouth right there. But either way, these are just two amazing LEGO Star Wars helmets, and these are probably two of my favorites. I'm gonna give the Scout Trooper a solid 9 out of 10, while the Darth Vader a solid 8 out of 10. And considering, yeah, no, the Scout Trooper did retire at the end of 2022, so it's been retired for like almost 2 years now. And this one has gained a bit of value, but obviously Darth Vader is still on shelves today, so like it hasn't gained any value at all. But either way, two of my favorite LEGO Star Wars helmets. Kind of crazy to see Darth Vader's making its way into 2025 when it came out in 2021. And the Scout Trooper is a really nice one. These are probably two of my favorite helmet sets. And as you can see, in 2022, we were back to the ordinary 3 helmets a year, which these, instead of coming out in April, these came out in March. Well, yeah, the 2020 and 2021 helmets came out in April, while the 2022 helmets came out in March that year. So, as you can see though, we got 3 new helmets in 2022. We got the Luke Skywalker Red 5, the Dark Trooper, which is a really interesting one, and then the long-awaited Mandalorian one, which I'm very surprised it didn't make I'm very surprised Mandalorian wasn't like in the first wave though. I'm very surprised it didn't make the Mandalorian helmet in 2020. I really expected them to make it in 2020 because obviously like of that's like around the time Mandalorian came out. We had season 1 and season 2. But then then the Dark Trooper. The reason why I find the Dark Trooper to be a pretty shocking one is because they said they wouldn't make helmets based on droids because everyone wanted a C-3PO helmet, but they obviously didn't, and they made a Dark Trooper. And then Luke Skywalker is not really a surprise. I knew they were going to make this one eventually. But yes, these are the 3 helmets though we got in 2022. All 3 of these came out in March 2022. These two retired in December of 2023, so retired like a few months ago. However, though, the Mandalorian one is still on shelves, still available in 2024, and for what it looks like, it's going to be making its way into 2025. So, like, it's kind of crazy to see, though, how these two are retired now, but Mandalorian will still be available for at least another year after 2024. And I do really like the Mandalorian helmet a lot, though. It is just beautiful. I really just love the silver pieces. I really wish they made it chrome. That's the only thing I wish, but other than that, it is just a beautiful helmet set. The Dark Trooper, I'm kind of disappointed with, because, like, the thing is I don't like about the Dark Trooper is because, like, they kind of did it, like, they made it so it's kind of, like, leaning forward a bit, and so, like, you can get the angles, but, like, it's, like, really wiggly, so with that, it can fall off the stand, like, really easily. And plus, another thing I don't like is how, like, the bottom half here is, like, all studded, or is all, like, tiled off, but then you see the whole top is just all studs. It looks terrible to me, and this is, to be honest, this might be my least favorite helmet that they have made. But then the Luke Skywalker is just a beautiful helmet. I really like the way they did this. I really love, like, really love how they actually, like, made it so, like, Luke's head's not inside. I really like that they didn't do that, because if they did, it would have looked horrendous. But yes, this is just another beautiful helmet, and I really wish that this one made its way into 2024, but it sadly didn't. Either way, though, I think 2 of these helmets are amazing. One of them not so great. But yeah, I'll give the Luke Skywalker helmet a solid 8 out of 10. The Dark Trooper around like a 5 out of 10. But then the Mandalorian I'm going to give that a solid 8 out of 10 as well. So yeah, that's what we got in 2022. Now moving on to the final year helmets, which is 2023. So now moving on to the final year we got for LEGO Star Wars helmets, which is last year in 2023. And to end it off strong, we got 3 incredible helmets here. I love all 3 of these helmets. We got Captain Rex and Commander Cody, which is really good to finally see that we got some helmets from the prequels and or even more so the Clone Wars. And then we even got the Princess Leia Boushh helmet. So yes, these though I think are 3 incredible helmets, and I think these 3 were just perfect for 2023 because, like, obviously, you know, in 2023 we had the 20th anniversary of the Clone Wars and the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. So this was like the perfect time to release these 3 helmets back in March last year. And I just love all 3 of these helmets. Unfortunately though, Boosh and Commander Cody will be retiring at the end of 2024. However, though, kind of weird to say, but Captain Rex will be making its way into 2025 when Commander Cody won't be. So that's kind of weird to me, though, because Captain Rex will still be available in 2025, but Commander Cody won't be. So it is kind of weird to say that. However, though, these are just 3 amazing helmets, and I think this was the strongest way to end off the helmet series with these 3. I'm going to give Boosh a solid 8 out of 10. Commander Cody about another 8 out of 10, and then Captain Rex a solid 9 out of 10, because I just love all 3 of these helmets. Okay, so I did kind of want to come up though with some duo combos here for the helmets, and I came up with 4 pretty obvious duo combos, as you can see. Starting off with the Stormtrooper and the TIE Pilot in the back there. We've also got Commander Cody and Captain Rex. We have Luke Skywalker with Boosh, and we also have Boba Fett in Mandalorian. Mainly 3 pretty obvious combos here, but I do think these 4 duo combos work perfectly for your shelf display if you're trying to work if you're trying to make some duo some dual helmet display for your shelf. I think these 4 work perfectly. However, though, the thing is I don't like about that, and one of the things I don't like about these 3 helmets right here, being the Scout Trooper, Darth Vader, and Dark Trooper, is these are 3 helmets here that you can't really compare, or can't really make duo combos with on your shelf. These are kind of just singular helmets. There's no other helmet that you can really make a good duo combo with when you're making those displays. These 3 kind of just have to be on their own, which is one thing I don't really like. I kind of wish with the Scout Trooper, well, the Scout Trooper though, you can kind of put it with the Stormtrooper. The Dark Trooper you can't really put with anything. But then Darth Vader, with this one, I really wish they maybe made a Kylo Ren helmet, because I think a Darth Vader helmet would look amazing next to a Kylo Ren helmet. However, though, the Scout Trooper, you can probably put with the Stormtrooper, but then the Dark Trooper you cannot really put with anything pretty much, unless they made unless they made another helmet from the Mandalorian. But yeah, that's the thing I don't really like about these 3 here, but these are, but I still do really like Dark Trooper, or not the Dark Trooper, the Scout Trooper and the Darth Vader. This is just the 3, this is the main disappointing thing though with these 3 helmets for me. And then with that, as you can see, this is kind of my display choice for the helmets. As you can see at the top, I have the Stormtrooper and the TIE Pilot compared, beside the Princess Leia and the Luke compared, and then down here the Boba Fett paired with the Mandalorian. And on the other side of that, Captain Rex paired with Cody. And then I just decided to put the Scout Trooper and Vader in the middle, and then just the Dark Trooper by itself on the very end. So yes, though, that is the complete LEGO Star Wars helmet collection. I do really miss this helmet collection though already, even though it's been a discontinued sub-theme now for a little over a year. And yes, will the helmets sub-theme ever return? It just hold for the near future, I guess. We won't know, because you never know. MIDI scale got discontinued for over a decade, and look at here now, it came back in 2024. So yes, it only holds for the near future. Hopefully the helmets return though. Either way though, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what your favorite helmet is in the comments below.